can't talk, I think. Right?
Yeah, I'm about to hit go live.
Hello.
A
Hello.
premium account on X Twitter is required to create a live broadcast on their platform. Please upgrade the premium subscription on X Twitter or stream to do a different destination.
We are
Um,
live, people.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Coach's Corner. I'm Mexi B, aka Deb, and I have Coach and Keely with me tonight. We're going to go ahead and go straight to our first topic of the night, our first quarter recap. So, this season, we have an early bye week. After the first quarter, we stand at 2 wins, 2 losses. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts about the first quarter this so far?
Coach gonna take it.
Coach?
So far, um, it's a lot to be optimistic about. I do have, uh, some issues with play calling still. But there's definitely some things to be sort of optimistic about. I actually believe though, this coming up game on Monday will be the actual game that tells us where we are as a team. I think this game, well, for a fact, this game will be the first game that we have played where basically all their stars are there. No one's hurt on offense of note. No one's hurt on defense of note. So this will be the first time we play a legitimate, full-fledged team. And I think that will tell us a lot about where we are, especially a team like Buffalo. Um, so 2-2 uh, with issues. The blowout game is behind us. We get AJ Terrell back. Um, I am, which is funny, which is a lot of our fans will be like, "Oh my God." I am actually optimistic. I think we are doing fine and will continue to do fine. So for me, so far, after 4 games, it looks to be going up. As long as our as long as our offense can start scoring and putting up points. So,
Um,
Keely?
it's an incomplete for me. I don't. What's up, Cool C? Thanks for joining
what's up?
and taking some time with us. I For me, man, I don't. If I don't know what we're gonna. I I think a lot of this is on Penix and his development. That was one of the things that kept me from being overly optimistic. Was that, I mean, this kid, he's only had 3 starts. He's only 3 games in prior to the season. So I knew there was a learning curve. And a lot of time when you have that learning curve, unless you have very, very competent coaching who can develop a kid like that and take them along slow, you're gonna have a whole bunch of ups and downs. And I think, um, and I don't want to just put it all on Penny, because we do have young guys on the defense, a lot of young guys on the defensive side of the ball as well. But whenever you got a whole bunch of young guys, it's up to coaching to
Coach.
kind of make that more consistent, to level it out. Because every single rep they have is just another, that's just more tape for other coaches to figure you out. So um I would say it's an incomplete. I agree with Coach. The Bills is the litmus test of what we're capable of. And it's not just a litmus test for the players, but also for the coaches. Because I still have to know if I'm still not completely sound on whether or not Zach Robinson is a competent OC. Like it's still up in the air for me with him, and as well as Raheem as a competent head coach. I'm 70-30 thinking that Rogers, his destiny isn't, I don't want to say that. I just don't think he's there. It may take 500 games before he turns into a competent coach. I just don't want those 500 games to be with the Atlanta Falcons.
Fuck
I
no.
think I think 80 games 5 years is enough to
Mm-mm.
know what kind of coach you have at that point. And that's how plus, and that's just head coaching experience. We're not including the 20 plus years of just NFL coaching experience in general. So
Right.
I think this would be the ultimate test to figure out, I think, what we got. We have them here at home. Even if we lose, I just need a competent showing that y'all prepared and y'all are ready for them. And I think that would give some type of indicator of where we're going in the second half.
Yeah.
I absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I agree. I agree with both of you. I think the next game, now that we have like an actual team that's a full team, they don't have like players out or whatever, that's gonna tell us if it's just it was luck or if it was just we're not playing strong teams or you know, but so far it's been very inconsistent to me. Just it hasn't been
And I think
a
to your
breeze.
point about strong teams, I think that that's going to go into the topic of one of our conversations later on. Is that like our 2 wins were, one was against a guy that was in his second start ever, and the other one was against Mariota.
Mhm.
So
Right. Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm saying. It's cool to, we're winning. We can only play who they put in front of us, but which we'll get into in a second. I mean, do we really have the number one defense? You know what I mean? Like,
I
do we
mean,
really have a good team?
true.
We played. Everybody we've played has had was hurt team. Minnesota, Tampa Bay, both of their number one receivers, 1 and 2 receivers were out. They still threw the ball a ton. Um, uh, Minnesota.
Don't save it. We're not even there yet. So save, yeah.
Right.
I already feel it coming. I know you
Getting
about to
ahead of
unload.
again.
Yeah, you ready to
Right.
let it go. You ready to let
He's
it go.
ready to crash out.
I'm definitely about to unload because, okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
this to back both of y'all's point, I think we all agree this game right here is the test. This is, for all intents and purposes, the game that should let us know where we stand on the global stage in the NFL.
Yeah.
If Coach Raw wanted bad enough, he better run on the field and kick Josh in his kneecap or something. Like, hey, do something, bro. How bad do you want it? How bad you want your job, Raw?
But here's the thing, bro. Like, this is where I'm stuck at because I'm a diehard Falcon fan. I love my Falcons.
Where's the
But
but coming?
you can't deny Josh Allen is a beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to see him do his thing, it's like, damn, I just don't want him to do his thing on us. But the man
I
is
mean,
a
hey,
beast.
I'm not going to. I've never said this, so whatever I'm about to say, you did not hear. Okay. However,
Okay.
Coach Raw, there are people in certain communities in certain neighborhoods that could pull a Nancy Kerrigan. Y'all did not hear me say that. But Coach, how bad you want to win? How bad you want your job?
I want to win,
There's
bro,
phone
but
calls that can be made, Coach Raw.
not we don't need to go the Nancy Kerrigan route, but I think we can, especially with AJ. Anyway, we'll save that.
All
But
right.
yeah, this is the litmus test right here coming up.
Yeah. I think we have, some good, some bad, and some ugly, which brings us to, our favorite part of the podcast.
Quick question. So, Miss Dale, in your opinion, has it been more good, bad, or ugly thus far?
I would say we're in the bad.
Okay.
I would say we're in the
Ooh,
bad.
ooh, from the words of a fan, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, they got to show you something. They got to show us all something. So
It's not like good and it's not like ugly. It's like in between, you know. But
Yeah.
I feel there is a lot of good that we've had. Um but also bad.
For sure. For sure. Who you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Go ahead, coach.
All right. So I am going to do something totally different. Y'all rock with me. Y'all rock with me because y'all gonna be like, "What in the hell is Coach talking about?" All right.
I figured that was coming.
Don't bring out the pitchforks and the
You're making it
torches.
worse, coach. You're making it
Hey,
worse.
I'm just setting it up. Don't spaz out. Just follow your boy for a second, right? Okay, so I'm gonna start with the ugly and get to the good. So for me, I put the ugly was our defense, right? We've given up 26 points. I mean,
Not
23
the number
points.
one defense is ugly.
Hold on. Follow.
Mm.
That's what I said. Follow
Not the
with me.
number one
Follow
defense.
with me. Don't just hear defense and just jump out the window. Just follow me for a second, right? So defense is the ugly. 23 points, 6 points, 27 points twice. And we're the number one defense. Okay. The bad, which is how we got to the ugly. Watts has been targeted 14 times, 9 completions for 64.3%. He's given up 121 yards, 0 touchdowns. Bowman, 17 targets, 11 completions, 64.7%, 103 yards given up, 0 touchdowns. Alford, 15 targets, 9 completions, 60%, 92 yards given up, 1 touchdown. Hughes, 20 targets, 10 completions, 50%, 128 yards given up, 3 touchdowns. Now that's bad.
How? We
Just
got the number
looking
one pass
at
defense in the league.
let me finish. Let me
Okay.
finish, right? When you just look at and or hear those numbers, you're like, well, damn, they giving up over 50%, all of them giving up over 50% to when they're target. But here's the good thing about that. All that sounds bad, but you got to remember all of our uh, defensive backs, except for Hughes and Alford, are relatively either young or inexperienced. So what this shows me is our young core will get so much better, especially once AJ comes back, because then you sit um, Alford and or Hughes, one of the two down. They're not going to be on the field at the same time, so that should elevate us. But I made that a point to say, even though the defense looked ugly, giving up all, every game they have given up at least 20 points except for one. And then the bad with them giving up the yards and the completion percentage is high against them. The good you got to take with this is, except for the two trash players, Alford and Hughes, everybody else is not giving up touchdowns. They're not breaking, and they're very young, so they're going to get a lot better. So that is my GBU for the week.
I
What you
already
think?
know. I know that this next topic you are going to
Oh,
go
yeah,
in.
I'm already cooking on that. I'm already
You
cooking on that.
you have been waiting for this. I can
Yes,
feel
sir.
it because you're
Yes,
bashing
sir.
a number one defense. So
Yes,
basically,
sir.
when they come, so when
Yeah,
all these rookies, when all these rookies get right, you're saying they finna turn into they're already number one defense, especially number one against the pass. So what you're saying is once everybody get right, they're gonna be 2,000 Ravens.
I'm saying once these young cats get some burn under their belt, they will
2,000
actually
Ravens.
be a number one rated defense and not just a paper number one
All
defense.
right, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out so you can get to your pulpit for the next topic. I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real quick.
Can I get the preach on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out so you can have your field day. All right. The good, I like the young, and I'm getting older. I can use words like this. The young whippersnappers. I like I like the young whippersnappers. I like what I see from them so far. It gives us a lot of things to be hopeful for. Um, so that's the good, and that's gonna blend into a topic we talk about later on. Why I may owe someone an apology. I probably won't apologize to him, but I may have a reason to apologize to him. But these young guys, man, they they're giving me hope for the future. All right. The bad. This is gonna be the easiest because the bad is Zach and the ugly is Raw. Like those, and the reasons for that is that all right, Zach, my guy,
You want to flip flop them?
no,
Okay.
no, because everything comes back to Raw. Because even this whole even the planning, like uh, everything, and I'm pretty sure Terry can get some of this smoke. Even with the whole indecisiveness with the quarter, I didn't like the plan. Even with the whole quarterback situation, I don't like the fact Kirk has a no trade clause. I don't like the fact that he's still here and you can't get rid of him because of the no trade clause. Like I don't like any of it. It to me it just sounds so like a rookie player, right? We talk about their potential, like um what my boy Xavier Watts can be with a couple more years of experience. And one of the issues I've always had with the organization is that we bring in coaches um who can eventually become something, and that's the hope that they become something. So again, so Zach may be a problem. I thought he was a problem last year. Um, but with that being said, he's a rookie play caller who's never called plays before. Last year, that was his first year ever calling plays. And to me, if you're a coach who getting a second chance at life, why do you enter your second chance at life with rookie coordinators who's never
Yeah.
called plays before in the league?
Dumbest thing
And
I've
right
ever
now,
heard.
so right now we're at the mercy of the development of Zach Robinson. Like, who's he going to eventually develop into as a play caller? And we have some complaints, rightful complaints. Um, and some of these may not be complaints if you have a veteran signal caller, but you don't.
Right.
So it required a little extra attention and care with the play calling because you don't have a 12-year veteran quarterback back there. You got a guy who's developing and learning. So I could keep going on and on all the reasons why Raw to me is more ugly than bad, but those are easy because I can keep going and pointing out all the issues that I feel like, bruh, come on, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. You know, some of the stuff it just kind of feels like I don't think a 12-year veteran coach would have made some of these decisions. And
And you go ahead.
no, and I'm saying that's not even including the on-field stuff, like the
Right.
timeouts, the coming out of like getting a delay of game after coming out of a timeout, like some like Bill Belichick would never, but that's a whole nother subject because I know people on
So
the other
let
side of
me
the fence.
let me piggyback off something you said real quick, right? Because the 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 narrative or the talking point is, come on, guys, this is week 4. It's very much, the start of the season. But to that, I say, yeah, well, what about last season though? Like,
Mhm.
you seen the issues last year
Yeah.
continue to follow you into this year. So it ain't just 4 games. It's now 22 games or 21 games. You're
Right.
seeing the I say all the time, or somebody else said it too. I don't know who said it, so whatever. But I say it. The greatest predictor of the future is the past. He
Yeah,
has clearly not changed very much in 21 games or 22, well, 21 because 18 weeks. one with a bye. So what makes anybody confident that it will change moving forward when it hasn't in 21 games? So
Let
I'm
me
with you on that.
let me preface this, and the reason I preface this is because I try to get excuses out the way of anybody who come with excuses. So let me preface this. Now, granted, we don't know all that they could be dealing with, like,
Right.
because they could be working around things. Like, it could be learning gaps, it could be injuries that they're working around. It could be a lot of different things. However, to your point, it can't be like at some point a 20-week learning gap is unheard of. Like that, at that point, we have a problem. Like, I know it ain't a 20-week injury. Like, at some point, like it's been bad. And people will point to certain numbers. And after we get to the next subject, I will explain why F them numbers for the kids earmuffs. Because like what are you paying? The numbers don't always tell the whole story. Like no one is going to, ask you to do push-ups to find out if you got a healthy ankle. Like two different body parts. It doesn't make sense. So like what metrics are you looking at to get to the point? And for that reason, I'm gonna stop before I go off the rails.
Yeah, I was
Even
gonna
more.
say you gave us your ugly, you still haven't gave us your good.
Oh, the rookies was the good.
Oh
I said
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
Oh
whippersnappers.
yeah. My
The
bad, my bad.
whippersnappers.
See, you got it too much into the ugly. That's why I
Well,
said the good. We're kind of in the bad right now.
yeah. So I had to explain it because Coach said that that maybe Zach should have been the ugly, but yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the good for me is we're using our players, all of our players. Like I feel like just depending on one player all the time, that's not gonna get us anywhere. We have to use everybody. They're just gonna keep going for the same guy. Oh, this guy's gonna take it, let's go after him. Like, where are the rest of our players? I feel like we utilized Pitts very well last game. He actually got some play. um that's the good, the whole, utilizing our players for me. The bad for me, I think we're very inconsistent with like a lot of things. There's like a lot of rookie mistakes. There's a lot of inconsistent pass rush situations. All these sacks. All these freaking interceptions. All that. That's the bad for me. In the ugly, I feel like the defense, although it's the number one defense right now, is still pretty shaky. Um, there's a
Real quick,
lot.
that's me ringing my little ding 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 bell.
hey,
You
you
know,
got a soundboard, sir.
yeah, I
So
know.
Right.
so real quick, she said all these interceptions. So to a point, how many games did your boy start last year? Penix.
Penix 4 or 3? 3. I think he started 3. 3. Yeah, he started 3.
So
The last
and
two.
how many touchdowns and how many interceptions did he have in those games last year?
If I'm not mistaken, he was half and half.
I think it was
I
either 3
believe.
and 3 or 6 and 6. I think it was
Yeah,
3
he
and
was
3.
3 and 6. He was half. He had, and again, we're gonna get crucified by saying this, but he had very Desmond Ritter numbers. I mean, it is what it is.
No, I'm just pointing out to the fact that she was saying that all these interceptions, and it's pretty much very similar to what he was in the the last 3 games of the season. The stats are pretty similar in terms of the interception to touchdown ratio.
Right. Which I mean, every bad and ugly except for I think yours absolutely is attributed to
Youth.
young players. Yeah, youth players. So I mean, although we're ranking them bad and ugly right now, I don't think none of them. No, I don't think nothing will remain the
Yeah,
same.
and to that point, Penix doesn't deserve to be a ugly or a bad, in my opinion. He's just
Well, I
young.
mean,
Yeah, no, and I didn't
You gotta
put
tell the
him in the
story
bad.
too.
Yeah, no, no,
You
no. I know, no, no. I'm talking about
gotta
us
tell the
elaborating on it. I
story.
didn't say that.
Oh,
That's where you graded him.
If that in that Carolina game, he most definitely was ugly.
Well, I
So
would say,
no.
you gotta
but,
give him, you know.
but it's not D Alford ugly. Like, is we have hope. We've seen good from him, so we hope that there's
Oh, okay,
room
I
for the
see what
better.
you're saying. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah, the offer just ass trash. Like he need to get gone immediately.
yeah. He's
So
a. I'm not. Let me just. I'm just gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it.
no, that's what you're saying. This is the safe space. He needs to
He's a.
be. Like I said, he should have been on the bus to DC with the Commanders. You know, well, we should have left him in DC or wherever the hell we were. I don't
D
even know.
Alford is the thong and a old homeless stripper on the street. Like he's that ass. Like
Yeah, he's
that's
trash.
His
how.
comparisons kill
That's
me.
how ass he is. But
Yeah,
we can continue.
yeah.
All right. Well, as I was saying, the ugly for me, I feel like the defense is still shaky. So that brings us to our next topic. Will the real number one please stand up? I know this is your favorite topic of the night, coach.
Yes, sir.
Um,
So, coach.
is this really what you envision the defense, the number one defense, to look like?
Now, coach, before you get
I'm gonna
started,
go first because
because that's what I was about to
I'm really
say.
quick. Yeah, I'm
I,
quick.
I'm just get mine out the way and let just sit back,
Okay.
get some coffee or something, and let coach go. All right.
Get some coffee.
First of all, shout out to our statisticians and our graphics IT department. Um, we big ballers over here. We got money for statisticians.
Yeah, that budget is ballooned a little bit too big.
Oh,
Goddamn.
that budget is booming over here. All right. So here's a chart thanks to our IT team. All right. So we got team A, team B, TC. And the reason the bottom, thanks to our statisticians, the reason that the top is white and the two bottom statistical categories are gray is because one is a total stat and the ones at the top are averages. Okay. So that's important because which probably gives it away, but every team hasn't played the same equal amount of games. Okay. All right. So at the top, team A, team B, and TC. Team A, 244 total yards, 135 yards passing, and 109 yards rushing. That's what they have given up. That's the defense, what they've allowed. Team B, 265, 175, and 90, and team C, 288, 288.4. Coach, what team is the number one defense?
If you ask me, I would say the number one defense would probably be. Let me see. Mm, I just hate this because it's going by yards. But I would say Team B looks just from what they've given up. I would say Team B will be the number one defense.
And you making that decision based upon what?
What they have given up, or
What
the lack,
yards?
or the lack of amount of yards they have given up.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, because it's small, it says 275.
All right,
Now
I'll read them
we
out for you. Team A, total yards allowed. That's average per game. They allow 244 yards per game. That's the number one. Team B, 265.8 yards per game they allow. That's team B. There, and then I'm not going to give away the ranking because then it's going to give it away. I've already given away one of them. But then team C, they give up 288.6 a game. But out these three, the stingiest defense in terms of yardage would be team A.
yeah. Okay, Team A. Yeah,
That's what you
because I
pick.
didn't know that the top number was total. I got you.
All
I
right,
got you
coach.
now.
Coach, I don't like you right now. I'm gonna tell you why. This is something that I used to argue with people about in ABG all the time. All them Ryan Knights fans, and y'all used to irk the mess out of me because we would have a game in which Matt Ryan would throw for 350 yards, 1 touchdown, and we would lose that game 33-14. And then those same Ryan Knight fans would be like, well, it ain't on Matt Ryan. He threw for 350 yards. Now, coach, have you ever seen a game decided by the amount of yards? Have you ever seen a referee say, well, this team over here to the left has more yards, therefore they're the winner?
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
that's not how games decided. The only
Right.
stat that matters is
It's
points.
right. Correct.
And this is the exact same reason. This is the exact same reason those same Ryan fans feel like the Falcons have never had a defense. Like, this is the exact same reason, because there's different metrics that's going to measure different. You can have a bend but don't break defense, which we had in a couple of those seasons where we give up a whole bunch of yards, but we didn't allow them to score.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So
Right.
on this graphic, you see Team A, they're the stingiest on the defense, but they give up 21.5 points per game. And I've
Right.
already checked. Pick sixes and all that kind of stuff does not equate into points allowed on the defense. They do not count that as an official stat. Now,
Right.
to me, the answer is B, because they give up, they only allow 12.2. They're the stingiest. Now,
Yeah,
with
that's
that being,
what I'm going to be.
all right, so now this isn't for anybody think I'm a hater. This isn't a knock against our defense, which is clearly Team A, right? In this example, this isn't a knock against them, because I do believe they're just young and they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better. But are they the best defense in the league right now? No. Now, I don't understand why the NFL does the ranking by total yards, and they have always done that. And I get that sometimes it's hard to kind of, but I get, because it's such a team sport that sometimes they have trouble trying to isolate a position group and metrics that can isolate how the kind of job just one position group has done. But yeah, like the only thing that matters is points. Points, and I used to say this in ABG all the time: yards don't win game, points do. And this was the argument I used to have with every single Ryan Knight in there when they would brag about that 300-yard, 1 touchdown game, and we lost by 15. Like, it was the most annoying thing in the world, and I'm still annoyed by it. And that man retired.
But bro, you're still. This is what you. I mean, I'm sure you understand, but this is what a lot of our fans don't understand. You're still getting that right now. You're still getting that. How are you getting that, Coach? I just showed, like, I literally was just battling people in the Minnesota game. Like, everyone's like, we totally dominated. I'm like, how? Bijan's had 200 plus odd yard, 200, 300 yards running. Who cares? Did we score? Like, I don't care.
And that was my issue with the whole Zach Robinson praise, because where we currently ranked in scoring right now?
I have no idea.
I think
Probably
we were second to last, and then I think
probably.
the last game, I think we moved up to like maybe like 26th or 25th. However, that's not good. Now, there's context. We're breaking in a young guy at quarterback, which calls for great coaching. That's what that calls for when you're in that situation. However, with that being said, when people are sitting there like, oh man, we have such an elite offense, and we're ranked 26 in scoring, my guy, like, bro, like until the referees start handing over games to the teams with the most yards, that's some bull. So
Totally agree.
But with that being said, this isn't a shot. I have to preface this, because this isn't a shot at our defense. This is just a comprehension test right here. I think that our young boys are young and they're going to continue to develop. We have a lot of reason to be excited, and the fact that they're doing this so far in their very young careers means sky's the limit for our defense. However, they're not the number one defense in football, and I rest my case.
Yeah.
Thanks to the
I
IT department for this chart.
I agree, bro. I agree with some of the points you made. I mean, it's so spot on, especially the yardage, man. Because again, and let me say this, because I'm a hater. I love this team, but it is okay to say that the stats, the yardage mean the empty yardage. Like that's great for Bijan to be a 1,500 yard player, 2,000 yard player. I mean, that's great. That's going to do wonders for his contract. But is that actively helping us win? Like, are we getting points off of that, or are we just selling for field goals? So I agree with you, man. Which leads me to my point. Deb, did you want to say anything before I started?
Go ahead. I want to hear your
No.
rant. I've been
Okay,
waiting
so
weeks for you to actually go into a rant.
oh yeah, and I'm about to get into it right now. And let me say this, like Keely said, this is by no means a knock on my defense because, again, and I said this last week with Deb, I think in 3 years' time, barring health, that we will have the best defense that has ever been in the NFL. Like, period. Once these
Okay,
guys get
a
some
little too much
games under
sauce
their,
on it now, coach.
nah, bro. Once these games,
Bro,
because
you
look at
said
look
ever in the NFL.
look at what they're doing now, bro, and they are young. We have guys
Coach, come back to earth.
who's
Coach,
second
come back to
year.
earth.
No. I'm gonna jump. I'm jumping. You know, I'm known for jumping out the window.
All right,
I'm
well,
out
take
the
that leap
window
by
with no
yourself.
parachute.
Okay, take that leap by
In
yourself.
3 years, best defense ever in the history of the league. I truly believe that. But right now, they need some work. And I will start with uh, it's a product of every team missing their key players. You know, you can only play who's put in front of you. But I mean, you cannot not take key players not being there. You can't take that for granted. And you can't dismiss that. Tampa Bay didn't have their best two wide receivers. Minnesota, their entire offensive line was jacked up. Carolina, we got destroyed. And then Washington, they're missing their best quarterback. Well, they're missing their quarterback, not best quarterback. And we played thrower from his butt cheek Mariota. So and he still put up, you know,
That's what I was gonna
27 points.
say.
Yeah, so I think we're definitely a bit a product of missing key players. Um, I don't care about yards. Which is what they base the number one defense on. I care about points. And except for one game, we've given up 20 plus points every game this year. That, to me, um, is a problem. We've given up 20 points all 4 games. 3 of those 4 games, the teams are missing their best players on offense. So uh, that is that is an issue. Um, we're 15th. Um, if you do it right, I'm trying to not to get too ahead of myself. If you do this right and measure the team solely off of what defense is, which is you're trying to keep the team from scoring. That's all defense is. It ain't got shit to do with how many yards you not trying to let them get. That in order to win the game, you got to score fucking points. So uh, if you do the metric that is about, we're actually 15th with 21.5 points allowed, and I think that's actually
That
perfect.
would be
I think
average.
yeah, I think that, but I think that's where we are right now. Like you said, again, we no knock on our young guys, but we have young guys. We have Watts giving up. What is it? What's Watts giving up? You have Watts giving up a 64% completion rate at 120 yards. You have Bowman giving up a 64 completion rate, 65, and 103 yards. Neither one of them is giving touchdowns, but they're giving up yards. So you're going to have that. You're going to have teams targeting them because they're young. Alfred and Hughes have no excuse, but that's neither here nor there. But we're extremely young, and I think this is what they call a false positive because listen at it like this: we're the number one defense solely on yards, but if you do, which is 240, we give up an average of 244 yards. Okay, we're number one in passing, and we give up an average of 135 yards. We're 16th in running, giving up 109 average yards. We're 15th in scoring, which again is what matters, giving up 21 and a half average. In the red zone, we're horrible. We're 25, giving up 66.7%, which matters. Why does that matter? Because that directly leads to points, either field goals or touchdowns. And we're sixth in third downs, giving up 34.1%. Again, I say that to say we are, I think, a product of playing bad teams so far to get that number one ranking. I think it's going to get worse. But here is the bit of good news for you people out there in YouTube land. That is the good thing. Us getting worse right now, I am all for. Why is that, Coach? Because that shows our young defense, okay, I'm getting torched, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. We're not getting no push. When we do get pushed, the QB is escaping. If you have a competent coach, a competent coordinator, they're going to use all of that information and help you just get better and better and better and better. So I went a long way around the world to say, although I don't believe we're number one, I believe what it said, 21. We're what?
That was the Texans.
15th in scoring.
Be under.
Yeah, we're 15th in scoring, so I think that's where we are. That's where our defense is. But I truly, truly believe that these young cats will get better and will actually give us a top 10 defense. Like I said, in 3 years, craziest stat in the world that I've seen. The Atlanta Falcons has not had a number one defense since 1977, the Grits Blitz. That's the last time we've been even ranked number one. So kudos to them for getting that. But for me, I don't want to see number one in yards. I don't give a damn about yards. Just what are we ranked in scoring? That's what I care about. And I think the guys will get better. I know they will get better. In 3 years, we'll have the best defense that's ever been on the football field.
I don't think it's going to even take that long.
Yeah, I'm saying. I don't.
The talent is obvious on it. Like,
obvious.
And even shout out to Divine Diablo, even with him. Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna get worse this year. I think we're gonna whoop the Bills' ass, honestly. Not necessarily offensively, but on the defensive side. But I'll say that I think the defense is gonna carry us a lot. I don't envision it being like this locked down defense where we only give up 12 points a game like the Ravens, 2000 Ravens or something. But I do think they're going to be the reason we have a shot. And one of the reasons that they're going to be the reason we have a shot is because we're also going to be running Bijan into the ground, which is going to keep Josh Allen and other teams off the field. But we'll save that for later on down the road as we wrap up the show.
I mean, I agree with you, and by me saying it's going to get worse, I don't mean as a whole. I mean, you're just going to, like how Michael Penix had a trash game, you're going to have a game where the defense just gets absolutely torched. Will it be the Bills game? Yes, it's a possibility because Allen is just that nice, but you make no delusions about it, people. We have a young team. Offense, defense, and special teams. So we are going to get our faces kicked in. It's going to happen. It's all part of the learning curve. Uh,
4 sacks.
huh?
4 sacks.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm talking about. I'm calling it now. Monday night, we're getting at least 4.
4.
We're getting 4.
Ooh. I mean, again,
If
I
you hold
think
on, if you can jump out the window talking about we're gonna have the greatest defense ever, then I can call 4 sacks on Josh Allen.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, okay. All right. Well, you know, either way, I'm gonna be wearing my dunce hat, or you gonna be wearing your dunce hat for outrageous jump out the
I'm
window
here.
tape.
I'm no,
So,
I'm be correct. So I ain't gonna need no hat.
well, I mean, I'll take it if we, my jump out the window leads me not to, lead us to the wrong side of the road. Then hey, I'll wear my dunce hat. But um, like I said, people, I think we're on paper we got the number one defense. I think in reality we're number 20, we're number 15 because the name of the game is points. So, but again, you know, next year after that, I predict 2028 is our Super Bowl year.
All right, Dale.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But let's go ahead and switch up the subject now to something a little bit better, you know. So for the
Let's
month of
continue.
September, two Falcon players took home awards. Um, we have Watts as rookie of the month, and then we also have um Bijan Robinson. Um, as the he won offensive player of the month. Do these awards prove Terry has been cooking this whole time, do you think? Let's do coach first, and then I know this is Keely's.
Yeah, this is
Um
this is bread and butter right here.
yeah, right.
Um, I said this a while ago, and I stand by. I think Terry got undue. Um, he got undue smoke to begin with. Just like I think gray hair, damn, what was his name? The one we had before him, Dimitrov. I think Dimitrov got unfair smoke. You're not going to hit on a lot of people. Out of a draft, you really want to hit on. If you hit on 2 people out of a draft, you did your job. Because I mean, it's so iffy. There's a lot of factors that go into a player making it or not making it. So if you get 2 players out of a draft that hit, to me, you did your job. But as far as Terry goes, man, like I don't understand where the slander comes from. Like you get, let me rephrase that. I do understand some places because, like Keely has mentioned and other people mentioned, you give Kirk Cousins a guarantee. Now the money you were going to have to pay that. You were going to have to pay that because Derek Carr just got the exact same contract. It just wasn't guaranteed, but he got the exact same amount of money for the exact same amount of years. Any veteran quarterback you get, you were going to pay that. I do understand though the guarantee. Yeah, I mean, I think that was him. Like, look, man, we really need you. We want you. I'm gonna just give you the guarantee so you absolutely choose us. I think that was a bit of that. Um, as far as but outside of that, like Terry has cooked, man. Like he's gotten Diablo in here. He got
When
Onyemata
did
in
he
here.
start cooking? When he started cooking, and what has
When he was
Onyemata done?
when he was given the reins is when he started
Talking
cooking.
about
So
when he
last
drafted
year,
Richie Grant
no,
and Jalen
last year,
Mayfield. No, you said when he was
last
given the
year.
reins. He was hired in 2021.
Yeah, but again, you
Oh,
remember
you going with the
Arthur
Illuminati
Blank.
theory that he didn't have control, even though he was hired with
No,
a
no,
GM.
no,
You going with this theory. Even though he was hired as a GM, you going with the theory that he didn't have control without any
no.
evidence or proof that he didn't have it.
We do have evidence and proof that he didn't have it from
Okay.
the God
Explain it.
from the Godfather himself. The Godfather himself said
You're
that
a,
the No, he literally said, and I'm a paraphrase, but these were words that came out of his mouth. He said that Arthur, Terry and Arthur Smith were what's hold on, I'm trying to use the word he used.
Yeah, use the
Um,
correct one because I'm about to correct you
I'm
for saying the wrong one.
trying to collaborate it. Terry, he said that Terry and Arthur Smith were
He said all three of them.
collaborating,
He said all three of them collaborate. Actually,
right? Collaborating with getting the talent. So you don't know who picked such and such player or
all
who
right.
picked such and such player because the Godfathers told you it was a collaboration with all of them. No
When did he
one
say the
answered the
collaboration
phone
stopped? When did he say the collaboration stopped? When did he say they stopped collaborating?
last year.
So what you heard from the Godfather was that the three of them no longer collaborate or have discussions on who they're picking.
No, he didn't say that.
He did
What he
say that.
said was
That's the point.
right. But no, what I'm saying is the Godfather
They
said when
always
Arthur.
collaborate.
No.
You don't
The
think
Godfather.
Dimitrov had conversations with Mike Smith and Rich McKay?
Sure, but listen, the Godfather made it a point to say that uh Terry and Arthur will collaborate. Like he made it a point to say that they were absolutely collaborating. Um, you didn't hear him say that before with Dimitrov and Smith. You didn't hear
But
him
we know
say
they
like
did
he
though.
made it. They probably did, but what I'm getting at is you didn't hear like he was harping on the fact that they were collaborating.
He
Like
didn't
he
harp.
was making
Y'all
it
just
a
took
huge
that one
thing.
quote and ran with it. He didn't harp on it. He said it one
No,
time. Y'all ran with it.
he said it, no, Keely. He said it multiple
He was
times.
emphasizing the fact that it's teamwork. At my job, it's a team. I collaborate with
Right,
my manager. We all collaborate. However, I do not have the role of my manager.
right.
He ultimately makes the ultimate decision. And just like a lot of places and a lot of jobs, hey, we could get input from everybody. It's called teamwork made the dream work. We can get
But you
we
know
get
how?
we
But you
can
know
get
how?
input from everybody.
But you know how we know that it's no longer like that because again, you got to remember he said collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Previously, so
So you think Rod doesn't
when
have a
when
say right now in the decisions that have been made?
hold on, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Let me get to it. I'm gonna show you how we know, right?
Okay.
Because
Tell me how we
when Arthur Smith was here and Terry was here, again, you heard the Godfather say over and over and over and over, they collaborate, they collaborate, they collaborating, right? Yada yada yada. You never once heard Arthur Smith really say, uh, or Terry, either one of them really say anything about the other when it came
Thank you,
to
Antonio. Thank you, Antonio.
when you came to when it came to like hiring or whatever or anything like that. Now fast forward to these guys, Terry and Ra. What do you hear Ra say all the time? Well, Terry, that Terry gets the guys, or that's Terry's guy, or Terry gonna make sure we get this, that, and the third. Terry, this, that, and the third. Like you can tell from what Ra is saying out his mouth that Terry has finally the role of a GM. Like you can, just from the things he say every time
I
he's
think
asked the
you're
question.
experiencing confirmation bias. I think you're
Hold on, let me
experiencing confirmation bias. I mean, you
I just
rolled out your conspiracy theory for like a good 10 minutes. I think you're experiencing confirmation bias. It's when we have something that we already believe and we're looking for clues of anything that's out there to confirm what we already believe. And I think that's what you're experiencing right
you can hear verbally, you can tell verbally that is the case. Like I'm not saying that they don't collaborate. That's not what I'm saying. Of course they collaborate, they're a team. But what I'm saying is you can clearly tell from the things that Ross says who is the
now.
man,
Coach,
who's the
can,
one getting the play.
can you
You didn't hear
confirm?
that with Arthur Smith.
who made the decision to draft Kyle Pitts at 4 overall? Do you have a conclusive answer?
Yeah, we don't know.
There you go. You don't.
Right.
We don't know who drafted anybody. We don't know who call it was because it's a collaboration process. And the thing is that Arthur Smith has always said that he's had a say. I'm pretty. I can 99% confident. I can assure you that Arthur Smith has probably had an opinion on every single draft pick. He has probably.
Hold on. You mean Arthur Blank?
I'm sorry, Arthur Blank. As the owner, I'm pretty sure he has had some type of. And matter of fact, I even recall that at one point they said, I think it was mentioned that he gets final approval at one point. And I don't know if that has stopped, but I believe Arthur Blank, basically, he gets the final call on a lot of those decisions, either way it go in terms of draft pick and personnel that they have to worry about.
You know what else I think? I
remember when they brought in like 5 GMs to help Dimitrov. Like all of them were collaborating. Like they brought in like 5 assistant GMs just from Kansas City just to help in these decisions. Like I remember, like it's always been a collaborative process. So just because they report to the same manager doesn't mean that he lost role responsibility. I think that's where a lot of people got tripped up. Like we would never ultimately know.
Right. But then you gotta use,
I don't think we can assume. I don't think that we can just really assume. All right, you gotta
use context clues and read in between the lines. You have to, because again, they're not going to tell.
Those context clues might be steering you wrong. You might be subjective to the confirmation bias. Like, and that's my point. Like, if you already believe one thing, like if you already believe that Roz is a bitch, then every single clue you find out there is going to confirm that what you already think. Like he gonna trip over, while he walking on the 20-yard line. See, told you that's something bitch would do. He tripped. Because you already have it in your head that that's what he is. Like
true. So, but again, you gotta listen to for me, it's the context. It is the before. Hold on, let me just get this out. Then it'll be your go. For me, it's the context clues, right? Like again, the Godfather said when Arthur Smith was here and Terry first got here, clap, 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 clap. He then took Rich McKay away from the Falcons. He then, now you don't hear collab, clap, clap, although I'm sure they do still collab. You don't hear none of that. You hear Raheem Morris say, Terry got this. Terry. You hear him defer to Terry, and you never heard that before. So I believe you have to use the context clues. Because again,
we're gonna trust your context clues, because I feel like if you are I feel like if you are a fan of Terry, then those context clues are gonna support Terry no matter what.
I'm not a fan. I don't like him nor hate him. I do think he's good.
So for example, like the function, because I've never seen people take roles off of like. So it's kind of like if my job is a chef in a restaurant, right? And the food come out bad, it's like, well, that was on the waitress. That was the waitress' fault. She carried it too long. It got cold. Like, bro, like I've never seen so many people take the responsibilities of a GM off of the GM. Like ultimately, to Antonio's point, regardless of who made it ultimately falls on his lap, because that is the function of a GM.
Right, absolutely.
And to my point, a lot of it is conjecture, because we don't have any evidence that suggests that it was anyone's other job but him. So even if it was a job in which they all collaborated, that still doesn't say that it wasn't more than just input. You see what I'm saying? So if it was a collaboration between Arthur Smith, we do not know that Arthur Smith made a call on a pick. We don't know that.
Right.
All we know is that he had a say. And that's the same thing when Quinn came in with Dimitrov. Quinn had more of a say. Now,
Right.
eventually, it got reported that he's took over more duties as a GM. But with that being said, that's not what we heard. Since
Again,
since
I think I think what you're rolling over. I totally agree with you, bro. I totally agree with everything you said. But what you're rolling over is Raheem don't talk about Terry the way that Arthur Smith talked about Terry and the player acquisition process. Arthur Smith very what's the word arrogantly, you know, for all intents and purposes, said me. Now you
he's
hear
an arrogant
Raheem,
person.
right. But you hear Raheem say Terry. So that using context clues, one would think that Terry
You would,
definitely is more. And again, you don't hear the Godfather say
why
clap.
does
Like he was
why does something that's
doing.
understood need to be said? What's under like what's understood doesn't have to be said. But all right.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, I would say this. 'Cause I'm gonna give your boy some kudos. I'm not gonna insult your boy. Um, I think,
Boy, man. I think he's done his job.
hey, hey, I'm gonna spare your boy. So I think because what's funny is on we've had a show about this, and
Mhm.
where Tidy literally and all of us were on that show where they did the math and we worked this math about percentages. He looked up the article, the percentage of hit rates and all of this stuff. And
Right.
he tried, and I remember he tried to manipulate that math and he laughed it off, but Terry was below that hit rate. However, with that being said, um, I am the belief that it's weighed differently. When you find guys like Tyler Algier at the bottom of the draft, to me, that's more of a win than if you find Bijan at the top, because that's kind of presumed that Bijan is going to be a star. That's why he's picked in the top 10. So
Right.
to me, those type of finds stand out. I think Divine Diablo and the way that they're using them, that's a great pickup. And I know that was kind of an ideal. They wanted that guy that's plays safety that can, handle being a linebacker in the league. That's kind of the ideal situation. But I do think
Watts, like the move he made to get up to back into
I'm about to give your boy some praise. Just relax. I'm about to help your boy out. Like, bro, you want to defend him. So look, I'm about to help your boy out. I am about to
right.
give him some love. All right. Bro, there's been some, they took some risks, and I think they had to because I think their job was on the line. And it's also a good thing that some of these picks carried over from 2024. So in terms of Brandon Dorless, I think Brandon Dorless is going to be solid.
Yep.
Ruke, I think he's going to be solid. And of course, I mean, we're talking about first round picks. So of course, we expect Jalen and James Pierce to be something. However, Xavier Watson, Billy Bowman is going to be what makes him, owed an apology by everybody. Them two, like if Xavier Watts continues on this trajectory, that's going to be the linchpin that should trigger everyone to apologize. I'm not going to apologize because Kurt still has that no trade clause. I'm pissed about that. I'm not going to apologize because we took this tight end at 4, which was never heard of. We took him at 4. I'm not going to apologize because we also drafted Ritter for whatever reason. I get that the idea to try to make use of him, and I understand there's cases and situations that was Arthur Smith's project to try to do something with him. However, it is what it is. But I do think that Xavier Watts is gonna make Terry look like a genius. I think ultimately the fact that he fell, he fell into his lap. But I'm glad Terry was smart enough to take him. I'm glad when Jalen fell to 15 and he was still on the board, and and Terry wasn't dumb enough to skip past him. Thank you, Terry, for not being dumb to not select the best defensive talent out of the SEC that year. So so with that being said, I'm gonna show your guys some grace and say that I think that Xavier Watts pick. Congratulations to Xavier Watts for making rookie of the month. And I hope you get 2 or 3 more so you can lock up that defensive rookie of the year. And
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to Bijan too, who's kind of silencing some of the discussions that we'll probably talk about in a couple of minutes. But Bijan is also carrying his mail as well. So shout out to Bijan.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Bijan was definitely uh a very good pick in addition to our team. He was selected with the 8th pick in the 2023 draft. Some fans felt the pick was unnecessary with a 1,000-yard back already on the roster and Jalen Carter on the board. Do you guys think that he was the right pick? Bijan was the right pick.
I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna be super quick. I'll let Keely have this one. I actually hate this topic. I hate this topic. I hate this comparison. Jalen Carter was never on the Falcons, so fuck him and what he got going on. We got Bijan. Was Bijan the right pick? Who knows? We got him, so he's here. So this is Bijan. Carter's not. So there we go.
So it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about Carter. He not on my Falcons. So
I would say this: one is an All Pro, and one isn't thus far. I think the only apprehension was the fact that
who's
we
all
already
pro?
had
Who's all pro?
Jalen Carter.
Oh,
last
Bijan ain't playing? Damn.
No,
Damn.
I don't think he.
That's
But part of that is the fact that there were so many running backs that had a great year. So Derrick Henry rushed for 2,000, and Saquon rushed for 2,000.
Then there
Then
was
Josh Jacobs.
Lightning. Was it Lightning and whatever the fuck they called themselves? The two.
And that's part of the frustrating. Gibbs also
Yeah.
balling.
Yeah.
So so here's what I would say. I think Bijan has definitely silenced any critics. I don't think nobody ever doubted his talent. Everybody knew he was. I think the issue was we already had 1,000-yard back on the roster, and it just felt like it was kind of unnecessary to take another back when we felt that Algier could do the job. Now, can Algier do what Bijan is doing? No. Can he keep defenses honest to open up a passing game, which ultimately is the job of a running game? Yeah, hell yeah. I don't think you need Bijan to be the leading receiver when you have receivers. So
that is the wildest thing. How is? Oh my god!
but
he's the leading rusher and receiver on the Falcons. Holy shit!
And some of that could just be overuse.
It's definitely overuse.
And that's kind of my biggest concern with Bijan is that I feel like you also have to kind of protect them, and I think we do have to get some of those carries off his body with Algier because he's touching it. He's such a big part of this offense. Like he's catching it, he's running it. He's such a big part of this offense that I mean, bro, that's the one position that takes the most punishment because you're getting hit. So like you're getting keyed in by everybody. But
yeah, so I'm not. This is gonna sound harsh as hell, but I
keep
don't
in mind
mean
they have the shortest careers. Running backs have the shortest playing career.
It's gonna sound harsh, but I don't mean it how I'm about to say it. I don't care about his usage or the wear and tear on his body. Like that's
the entire offense. He's basically the whole offense.
That's your job. What I care about is them mixing it up. I want to see Bijan and Algier in the backfield together. I want to see. I mean, you may not. I know Wishbone and T is not really a thing, but man, a power I. I mean, do something. Put them in together so you're not when Bijan is in the game, it's so predictable on who gonna get the
Right.
ball. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
I
mix it
agree.
up. I don't care about his usage. But usage as far as like we got to protect him. Hell no, run his dick in the dirt. As far as I care, what I
Man,
care
nah, we
about is
need Bijan to
what I
last as
care
long
about
as
is
possible.
what I
Yeah.
care about
We need
is
Bijan career to stretch a good 10. We need his prime to stretch as far as possible. I would say
but
this to put a bow on it.
if
I'll
you
put
mix it, if you mix it up with Algier and Bijan and not just solely Bijan, you'll get longevity. But
what
like
that's
just
where them
I don't give a damn.
I'm concerned about his usage. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't
Oh,
have him catch 20. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's the NFL. It takes a toll.
oh
Hmm.
yeah.
So, so to put a bow on this, um, so we can move on. Do I think it was the right decision? No. Am I glad he's on the Falcons? Yes. Like, like sometimes we make dumb decisions and it work out for us. I'm not saying that it was a dumb decision taken, but I don't think it was the smartest decision at that time.
Could you imagine
But
him playing for someone else? You'd be like, man, god damn, that dude good. You
no,
know?
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't.
I would have. I would have.
Oh,
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I remember watching Randy Moss, like, like that was like the ultimate weapon. Like, oh my god, bro, can't nobody guard him. Nobody guard him. How many rings Randy got?
Nah, as far as I
Exactly.
know.
And New England was winning with some of the most pedestrian, Amendolas, the most pedestrian talent on
What?
offense. They
Yeah.
just got the job done. That's my point. You don't always need the shiny candy. You just need, and to me, that's what Algier represented. He just got the job done. Like
Yeah.
you don't need a Ferrari if you're only driving to work every day 2 miles. You don't need a Ferrari for that. You need a Honda. That's a Honda do the same job.
Right.
And that's essentially my point. So is he talented? Yes. Am I happy we got him now? Yes. Do I think it was a smart decision to go with the Ferrari when you had a Honda? No, I don't think that was a smartest decision. I think games are won in the trenches. So when you win in the trenches, when you have talent in the trenches, I think that's how you win NFL football games. That's how you like when you can manipulate the line of scrimmage, you win games.
For
Like
sure.
so to me, that's where it should be built on the lines of scrimmage. So if you can
But I
get an
will
all
say,
pro talent on the line of scrimmage, then you take it.
but I will say this: every time the Falcons
Bro, this man
have,
talking about he hate beats. You know why he hate him, right? He don't hate him for talent reasons. He hate him for
we didn't get
yeah.
Jalen. Yeah. But I will say this: every time the Falcons have made a legitimate push, even though we got either trounced in the playoffs or trounced in the Super Bowl, we've had a great 1-2 combo at the running back position. So, you know,
You remember Kansas City came here last year, right? And they had a third
mhm,
string running back. And
right.
every single time that third string running back needed to get 2 yards, they got it. One, because their third string running back was more than capable. And then two, because we could not control the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line just every single time they needed 2 yards, they pushed us.
I mean, but again, you I hate those comparisons because, bro, you have a legitimate, will be first ballot Hall of Fame coach on the other end. What do we have in our coaching room? Trash.
What
So
did so Andy Reid got on the offensive line and was pushing too?
no, I'm just saying they're very well coached. So
And all they did was push us back.
okay, I mean
What
that
trickeration was used on them 1 yard dives? What trickeration was used?
it ain't necessarily got to be trickeration, bro. It's good coaching. Good coaching leads to good situations. That's what I'm saying.
Good
But
coaching. Good coaching had a good O line.
yeah, I mean you just can't see that. You can't. Everybody always want to give it up straight to talent, but somebody got to coach that talent. Somebody got to put it together. This is like a puzzle.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
offensive line was more talented.
You can have the dopest
Good
looking
coaches
puzzle
get
in
good
the
talent.
world. You got to put the pieces together. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but
That's why we got Miss Deb here, because good talent wins the day.
I mean, but,
Good
but,
talent wins the
Talent,
day.
talent beats coaching.
but the coach got to put it all together. We the
Bro,
talent,
hold
but
on.
she so
When Cam Newton won that national championship, it was because of Gene Chizik.
what? No, it's talent. But again, you can't. This is like the Bill Belichick Tom Brady argument. You cannot have one without the other. You just can't. You cannot give
You
it.
can, because Gene Chizik is not a
No,
great
bro.
coach, bro.
No,
Hold
bro.
on.
You can't just
Bro,
think that.
hey, I'll put it like this. Some of them Alabama teams, Saban was on cruise control, bro. I'm
So,
sorry.
so hold on. So you mean to tell me that you think that the Atlanta Falcons in 2016 was not a better was the less talented team in that Super Bowl?
What are you talking about?
Do you think the Falcons in 2016 was had the least talent of the two teams in the Super Bowl?
Coach, what's the most important position on the field?
Quarterback. But that ain't answering my question.
No. It is. Because you literally have the greatest quarterback in NFL history on the other side of the field. That man put up 500.
I don't agree with that to begin with. So
Okay.
that.
So even if you don't believe that, is he regarded as that?
Yeah, because people count rings in a team sport.
That's what happens when you have talent. That's what happens when you have talent.
I mean, I guess. But to answer the question was no. The Falcons were not. The Falcons were by far the more talented team. By far, we just had shitty coaching.
Not at the most important position.
Bruh, it wasn't just that position. The whole team. So you think Tom Brady beat up himself? He was playing defense and offense and team.
Bro, I am a Falcons fan. Tom Brady whooped our ass. That man, that we picked him off in that first half. In that second half, Tom Brady, he sat in a dark corner somewhere with a towel over his head, and he emerged. That man came out pissed, bro. He wore us out, bro. He's Floyd Mayweather, bro. He was bro. Bro.
Coach,
Tom Brady is a badass, bro. Okay. And he
I
beat
hate
the
Tom Brady, but he's
bro.
He was a badass.
He's him, bro.
He's him. I think it's much more cool.
We can move on, but he's him. He whooped our ass. If one thing about me, if I got my ass whooped, I can admit, hey, you won, champ. Hey, you the baddest man. If you whoop my ass, there you go, champ. You got it. Hey, high five to you. High five to you.
Okay. I mean, I look at it different. I don't know if it's from, coaching back.
When the smoke cleared, did he have GOAT numbers?
What do you mean? Like when he retired?
When the smoke cleared of that Super Bowl, did he have GOAT numbers in that Super Bowl?
I honestly, I don't remember. I don't even remember. I don't remember what he did. Honestly,
all right, we'll move on. But
we'll come back to that.
Yeah, so let's get back to kind of the defense, coach. What do you think about AJ coming back?
What do I think about AJ coming back?
Yeah.
I am.
Do you think it's gonna make a difference in the defense?
Why do I think it's yes? To answer your questions, hell yeah. Damn right, yeah, Will. Because why? That means Alfred and or Hughes won't be on the field they shouldn't be on the field at the same time. So that limits two garbage players down to one. So hopefully, it'll be Watts, Bates, AJ, and then I don't know who they're gonna put on our opposite, AJ, Alfred Hughes, or Phillips. But like I said, just one of the trash trio will be out on the field instead of two. Plus, on top of that, in his 2 games, he had 9 targets, 5 completions, 55.6%, but only gave up 52 yards. Like, AJ is arguably one of the best corners in the league. Um,
He's solid.
his ability to play and guard against the best receivers on each team, it cannot be underestimated. Like, he got a lot of flack last year because I think it was, what was
Mike
it?
Evans worked him.
Mike Evans torched him. But I mean,
It happens.
like,
It happens.
yeah, it's going to happen. Like, you
Everybody can't be Reeves.
like the great big homie Tidy say, players make plays. So you're just as good as AJ is. There's going to be somebody on the opposite side of him just as good. You know what I mean? So, but does he? I think in his career he's a less than 50% completion rate on target in his
Antonio.
career. Huh?
I was talking to Antonio.
No. So yeah, he most definitely will. So again, I'm just thinking him, Bowman, Bates, Watts, all on the field together, man. Like, that's just, oh my God, I can't wait to see it. I just can't wait to see it.
You're getting
I hope
excited right now.
Yeah, I'm super excited, bro. I'm super
You're really
excited.
excited.
Although I don't know if I want him to come back, because how many games he's missed? He's missed 2. Well, he hasn't played football in 3 weeks. Well, it'll be going on 4 weeks. So
I was gonna ask you that. Do you think it's like a good call to bring him in right now?
yeah,
Like
I don't
with
know.
the
I don't
Bills,
know about no bill. You know what I mean? But
right?
at the end of the day, fuck it. Fuck them, yeah. I mean, they
You
can be beat.
scared? You
You
scared?
know? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, fuck them. They can be beat. But again, I don't know if it's a good game to bring him back on, but hey, he's coming back and I am excited. Like I said, best defense on earth ever is loading. So continue cooking for us. Continue cooking. Bro, I'm not going nowhere with that take, Keely. You're gonna hear it for the next 3 years. Best defense on earth loading.
Oh,
So
hell no.
yeah, for
Were you?
sure.
He was looking for that sound the whole time.
Yeah, he's looking for it the whole time. He's lucky I'm on my phone and I can't find it. So,
What about you,
um,
Kiwi?
I mean, I don't know. I'm supposed to celebrate he coming back. I don't know. Like, he's solid.
You're
I
not
mean,
like Coach.
how can you celebrate your best player on
hold on.
defense coming
It is. That's Jesse Bates. I think you could describe. I think a good way to describe Coach is giddy. I think he's giddy. But no, I don't. Coach talking about Kobe Bryant about to see some playing time. I don't know.
I know about that.
Kobe got to stop touching people. He's too handsy. He just wants to touch everybody.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I think AJ reminds me of Jake Matthews. Like, he's not Trent Williams. He's not out there just like dog walking people. But sometimes you forget that you're just so comfortable with his consistency. You got a solid piece over there. I ain't got to stress it. He over there.
Right.
AJ trips sometimes. Like, sometimes, people do get the best of him. But for the most part, he's solid. He's just somebody, all right, I ain't got to stress out about that side of the field right now. And I think that's what this is. Like, do I feel like, Reeves just came back to the roster? No. But
nah, he's not a shut. Like, but
he's
solid.
See,
but
like, that's why I'm not getting. He's solid.
Yeah, and what people got to understand, and I say this all the time, is especially with defensive players, sacks, interceptions, all that extra shit. That's the icing on the cake. Do what you want them to do is stop the play from ever being had. So does AJ generally stop whoever he's guarding from catching the ball more often than not? Yes. Is he going to get burnt and torched? Absolutely. He's human. I mean, and again, just as good as you are, somebody on the opposite side of the field is just as good. So
Well,
you
maybe
are
not. So,
in
and that was going to be the crux of my point. I don't think we're not lining up. He's not. I don't. You got Stephon Diggs, who's getting a little not towards the back nine, but he's getting close to the back nine of his career. And then you have the young boy, Keon Cole. So I don't know which one he's gonna be lined up with most of the game, but it's not like Jamar Chase is coming in town tomorrow. I mean Monday.
right.
So I think so. Ultimately, like it's solid. You know, I mean he's supposed to be practicing. Yeah, but ultimately, like I'm more concerned with the tight ends in Buffalo than I am the receivers.
Oh yeah,
the tight ends are more of a concern.
Yeah, they're the problem for sure.
Tight ends are the problem.
What's your name?
They got like two or three of them.
That ain't Khalid.
That's like two.
I know it began with a K. I know that. But yeah, he's. I mean,
they have me.
Anytime, yes. Do you know why I'm that giddy? Because that means Alfred, Hughes, or Phillips, one of the three of them is only one of them is going to be on the field and not two. So yes.
Well, so this is a good segue right here. Speaking of that, we have the matchup. How do the three of y'all see this going? We'll start with the lady first. Ladies first. See, this is why coaches got to have talent on his team. I'm telling you, coach, got to have talent on his team. Got some talent.
Got the talent.
All right.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this game. I can't really. I want to say we're gonna win. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I don't know. I think what I was gonna say earlier, AJ. I think they're gonna try to throw him out there. He hasn't really been playing. They know that he's back. You know, they're gonna target him. They're gonna target Bijan. You know, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna get this win this time.
All right, coach.
Where did coach go?
He's right there.
Oh. I'm a little bit along the line with that. I kind of want. Okay, so I will say it like this: I want to know what we got on defense. I really do. So I want the Bills to come out and torch the shit out of our defense. I need to see how we stack up against a great quarterback, one of the great quarterbacks in the league. The same way I wanted Michael Penix to have a bad game, and I didn't give him no flack, no smoke, none of that. You got to get your young guys got to go through adversity because that's the only way they're gonna get better. I think now is if being that it's week 5, we have time to fix mistakes, fix issues, whatever the case may be. I think now, I think I would like to see, as crazy as it sounds, I think I want to see my defense get torched so I know what we're working with. Do I think we'll win the game?
You want to see our defense do what? You want to see our defense what?
I want to see him torch the defense. I want to see how our young guys handle adversity. Will they shrink? Will they? Yeah, but here's the thing, bro. Will they shrink or will they rise up? As cliche as that is. Will they shrink or will they rise up? You do not know what you got until you handle adversity. Look at Michael Penix. Horrible game. He immediately bounced back. That's what I want to see. I want to see how my young guys get torched and burnt and fricasseed and fried, and then I want to see them bounce back. So, do I think we? I think we can win for sure. Yes. Do I think we're going to? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, though, what I do want to see though is, especially with AJ coming back, I want to see as a complete as the unit that is going to be on the field, our starting force, our no fly zone candidates. I do want to see them get fricasseed a little bit, so I know who will stand up on the back end.
So
So
I came off the buzzer for you, but you still going. All right.
yeah.
All right. Jesse Bates, if y'all see this clip, Jalen Walker, Caden Ellis,
I'll
that's
call
him
you
down there. No, that's him. That's him down there. All right. I'm gonna
For
speak
sure.
for them boys. We're putting belt to ass. That's what we're gonna do. The defense is gonna do their job. The defense
Okay.
is gonna do their job. The defense we're gonna hit old Josh a lot. We're gonna hit him, and they got a soft spot on that defense, and it's called the secondary. I like the fact that they lost. The blueprint has already been laid out there, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do their best to make their corrections. However, hey, we got talent on our defense, bro. Them young boys, they growing up fast, but they like to hit. And still stole my thunder. Thanks, Tidy, for stealing my thunder. I do think it's going to come down to the young pup. I think the defense is going to do their job, and if we're smart, we're going to protect Penix in this game by running the ball and allowing him to pick his spots. That's going to be the key to it, because where they're soft at is in that secondary. They can definitely be had in that secondary. That secondary is damn near bottom. I'm not gonna say bottom of the league, but they're below the half.
But
So
do you have Zach being able to?
we done moved him out that box, man.
If we down
He communicating
14
now.
points, you got him having the ability to call a game to get us back in it.
We had communication issues, my guy. We had communication issues. I told you about that little 15 seconds. So I told you about it.
I got some beans to tell you too, bro.
Hey, I'm telling you straight from the source, my guy. I'm telling you straight from the source.
I got some beans to sell you.
If play calls are way too long, he calling out protection. The play calls are way too long, and they got that 15 second buzzer before the thing goes out in the headphones. Now we on the sidelines. We can talk as much as we want. We can yell. If he ain't caught it, we can yell. We got it. The communication is improved. So now that doesn't stop Zach from being a dumbass, but the communication is going to be much better. We ain't got to worry about the headphones going out at that 15-second mark. So that is the key to this game. Is Penix, because that secondary can be had, and we're going to protect Penix by Bijan and Algier having a good day. So and I said with 4 sacks, right? That's what I call 4 sacks. They're gonna have to play.
I think you said 6.
No, that ain't what I said. I said 4. So
I'm pretty sure you said 6.
I'm telling you how I go. No, we can rewind the tape. I said 4.
I know.
We're gonna get an early lead. We're gonna get an early lead. Bijan is gonna make a play early. It's gonna start snowballing, and then they're gonna try to come back from behind in our house, and then that's where we're gonna get those cover sacks. My young boy is gonna put belt to ass. We're gonna hit him a lot. We're gonna make him want to go back home. And 28. 28-24.
Okay.
All your
So
bookies.
you don't think we're gonna crack 30?
28-24.
Okay. I mean, it's very
28-24. Because there's gonna be inefficiencies because, like I said, my guy Penix is still learning. He's still developing.
right.
However, like I said, our defense, them young boys, man. See, that's the thing about the young boys, bro. When you got a primetime game, them boys gonna be listening to NBA young boy. They gonna be geeked up in that locker room, bro. Hey, they
Geeked up.
they got a primetime game. They on a Monday night. You got the audience. I hate that they got 2 games on Monday night. I think that's stupid. But they're gonna have a significant audience. Them young boys, they're gonna have look good, play good. They're gonna feel good. They're gonna feel great. And them young boys, hey, mama, I'm on TV. That's how they feel. Hey, mama, I'm on TV, and they're gonna go ahead and
there goes that man.
yeah, they're gonna hit my boy Josh, and that's how it's
Hey,
gonna go.
hey, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I hope,
And
but
Jesse Bates, said y'all gonna get lit. That was him. That was coach who said that.
No. I didn't say they were going
Hey, you did say that. You said they're gonna get lit.
That's not what I said.
My boy, hey, Jesse,
I didn't say that.
go ahead and tap coach while you at it. He said
it. I didn't say that. But yeah, we definitely can win this. They definitely can show up and show out. What I expect them to do. I don't know, man. This is as every trappings of either a blowout or absolute good game. So I don't know which way I lean right now, but again, I do want to see how my boys bounce back if they get just straight up torched. That is very interesting to me, especially with a young group. 4 or 5 young players on the defense. Yeah, so I want to see that.
all right, Deb, he tripping. Come on. Let's It's tripping.
All right, guys. Next Monday night, our Falcons return to business at the Benz Stadium. We'll be back here on Wednesday night, 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern Time. I hope everybody returns. Come watch our show and talk some football.
All right, see y'all then.
Doses.